Hello and welcome to the 34th episode of the Chronicles and Telmora campaign. I was right last week when I said it was 33, and I'm right this week when I say it's 34. My name is Liv. I am your GM for the campaign, and in our party we have Harka, played by Norvin.
Say what now?
We have Sister, played by Shane.
Booga booga.
We have Tess, played by Pyro.
I can't believe Markiplier's our DM.
And we have Icarus, played by Nasir.
Hodily hodily.
How the turntables, Norvin, your bit has been thieved. By
Not
the
my
rogue.
bit, Ned Flanders' bit, but okay.
That's his subclass. What do you think
It's
happened?
because he's a rogue. Come on.
Thieved. When last we left our party, they had arrived in the little crafting and weaponsmithing town and amongst other things of Hinadel, and they offloaded some crafting material. Icarus has commissioned a dragonbone scimitar to be crafted and then delivered to Kamaraska in 14 days after it is finished. And you met the artificer Lena, severely autistic, my baby girl, who said that she could upgrade Sister's goggles. But in order to do that, for a reasonable enough price, she would need 2 gynosphynx eyes. She sent you all to find a posting for a bounty for one at the Adventurers Guild, which is also in the post office because it's a community center. And you found a basic posting of one that had been up at the Hallowgate catacombs, slightly to like the northeast of the town. It's part of the town, it's just in its own area. The gynosphynx is not reported to have killed anyone, but she is definitely chasing people off from the catacombs and not allowing them to tend to the graves there, some of which are still actively being tended to regularly by family members. These are not long untouched graves. These are still being cared for and loved. So it is a bit of a problem that people are getting messed with by a gynosphynx in there because they are very powerful. So, what would you all like to do?
Kill the townspeople so the gynosphynx is left alone.
Harka,
You know,
your whole thing just flip flopped.
That
I
was a
mean-
joke. That was very clearly a joke.
You're supposed to
Certainly a
tell dad
choice.
jokes, not bad jokes.
One and the same.
What?
Yes, one and the same.
fuck you for doing that when I took a sip of my drink. Oh, that was almost a disaster on my laptop. Wow.
Yes.
What would you all... This is far too ominous.
We're gonna go talk to a gynosphynx, apparently.
Who stole my gynecology book?
There we go. That's better for town.
Today we'll be talking about the pussy.
Ah, yes, that's right. We must roll for fortune. Nice.
Hmm.
So do you all just make your way over to the catacombs? Do you go do anything in town to prepare? I will say this is the next morning. So,
Spell slots must be.
Yeah, let me prep my spells.
yeah, so you've had a long rest.
My spells are prepped.
Excellent. What I love to hear.
They're set for kill shit.
What I love to hear.
Sounds like they're set for ham radio.
Still better than that Discord glitch from last night. Good lord.
I'm in the kitchen putting dishes away, so that's probably why.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, bro.
This new headset doesn't have the range that the old headset had.
Mm.
I mean, it's. Do any of us need to stop and get supplies from the place, or are we just good to fucking roll out on this fucking gynosphynx?
As far as I know, Tess is still wrapped in chains like Hammer Lictor.
Yes, because she's, inherently evil.
No!
God.
Her boss is.
I won't argue that front.
And she's flexible. In all kinds of ways.
Sounds whore.
He is a kobold,
Also-
and we know what Shane wants to do with kobolds.
Kill. Annihilate all kobolds.
With what?
Trash compactor.
All right, so yeah, then let's just head out for the cemetery.
Okay. It's not a long walk. It's probably about 20 minutes
Nobody
out
else
of
is
town.
gonna make a decision.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You're sure that's as many spells I forget? Please. Okay. I don't have much else to do in terms of
Preparing.
prepping. Yeah.
Okay.
I could get another. Well, actually, I don't think I have the money to do so. Another diamond.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, the catacombs are about a 20-minute walk out of town. It's not very far. It's easy to find. There's like a path there. Uh-oh. Gomez is wreaking havoc.
Into the oven with you, cat.
I hear him wreaking havoc and my mother telling him no. But I don't think he
This
understands.
gynosphynx better be named Wednesday.
She's not.
Tragedy.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
a failure on your part, because you're the
Disaster.
one that owns a cat named Gomez and Morticia.
Yes, that's Olivia, the person. That doesn't leach into
Which
my
is
D&D
you,
game.
Liv.
That doesn't leach into my D&D game.
You lie.
The Sphinx is not a joke.
Give me like 2 crits and we'll talk.
The gynosphynx is not a joke character.
I don't believe you.
I didn't put her here to be a joke character. If I had, I might have named her Wednesday. But also, the Addams family lived in the middle of Central Park.
I feel like we've gone off topic here.
We've gone very
I
off
was never
topic
on
here.
topic.
So you guys do make your way into the catacombs. Sorry, I assumed you would be here at night, so I went with the nighttime map. But, use your imagination. This is theater
Maybe
of the
it
mind
takes
game.
that long to get there.
No,
Mm,
she said it like
20
three
minutes.
times, Shane. 20 minutes.
Maybe
Let's not.
everyone else
We run in circles.
can't see at night, so we don't go at night.
Let's stop crafting for like 20 minutes, Shane.
I swear to God.
I'm not crafting.
I don't
Right
believe
now.
You lie.
So you make your way to the catacombs.
It's my fault. I can't really complain.
And you all see this almost like bluish purple fur-maned gynosphinx just at rest, but still tension in the muscles. In front of
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Here, kitty, kitty.
Don't do that.
and she seems to just be staring into nothing.
We'll look around at the markers, at the tombs, at the mausoleums, and try and get an idea of who's a prominent god here.
This doesn't look to be
Of this
necessarily
cemetery?
like a specific religious cemetery, less of like, this is the cemetery of Pelor, and more of this is the cemetery for the town. So there are a lot of different deities that are represented here from the creators, based on who the decedents worshipped.
Any of the destroyers? Or betrayers?
No. You
Dude,
do
look
not
at
see
the
any of
reason
the
that ought to
banished
be on
ones
this thing,
here.
so don't you?
Likely
Has the
they would
cat
not have
noticed
had...
us?
You can't tell.
I'd put money on the answer being yes.
Her posture has not changed since you first... since she first, like, came into view. Since you got close enough to be able to see her, nothing about her
You
has
want to put
changed.
yourself on the map, Tess?
No, I'm stealthed. I'm that bush over there.
No, you're not.
Was that Liv or God speaking?
Both.
Oh, now you're one of the same. Right.
Yes. No, I said we were both, not that we were one person.
Why the fuck can't they call it Wednesday?
Because I don't want it to be called
besides
Wednesday. It already
Tess?
has a name. She already has a name, and it's not Wednesday.
Okay. Who besides Tess wants to go talk to the gynosphynx?
Fuck you.
I could talk to it.
Sister removing the clipboard from Tess yet again.
Well, Tess, you can go talk to it if you promise me not to bring up your boss.
Lick my cloaca.
That didn't sound like a promise.
Go ahead, Tess. We're right behind you.
She just slumped on the ground, pouting.
Did you learn that from the gynecology book?
Yes! It was written in the margins!
I'm gonna be right here. I can do my job just fine. Man, hang on. Yeah, we're good. You doubt my power. Oh no, hang on.
From this distance, you would probably be close enough to notice the slight, repetitive flexing of her claws.
Making biscuits.
No, just more like, you know when you kind of like, when humans kind of just like flex their fingertips a little bit in frustration.
Cats, they're always doing that stupid shit. Yes, I know.
But not the biscuit kind.
Yeah, these are angry biscuits.
Angry bickies.
Hello. I see you've taken up residence.
Any reaction from the cat?
The rhythmic flexing continues, but otherwise it just seems to be staring into the middle distance.
Give me of your eyes.
Don't ask that.
Weird balls. Something to go in her glasses.
I roll an insight check on the cat.
Sure.
What's a kitty doing?
Something about her is off, and it feels somewhat familiar, but you can't quite place it.
Look around for shrooms.
No shrooms.
Damn.
Look around for goo.
That one I'll let you roll for perception or investigation, depending on if you're looking close or general. Oh, let me get the 16 while you're rolling for that. With a 16, sister, you've seen this a bit more often. Harka has seen a different form of this, but this is someone that is... They are going through some shit.
Going through some shit.
They're going through some shit and experiencing very intense emotions and going through a rough time. A 6,
shame that
you
I
don't
did
see
not,
any goo.
I did not prep calm emotions. I did not think of that. Shit.
According to my gynecology book, you shouldn't tell a woman to calm down.
That's why you use magic to force it.
Oh!
It's even funnier when y'all are all guys. And I'm just sitting here going,
We know better.
he's not wrong.
We know better. There's a lot of interesting things written in like the margins of this book. This is used. It's sticky.
As a divorced dude, I would highly advise against that as well.
Yeah.
Like, super advise against it.
Very the bad idea.
Pop off, Queen. Pop off those eyeballs.
She'll turn towards everyone. Something's wrong with it, but I can't really see what.
Is it that good for us?
Why would that be good?
Do you not want that thing's eyeballs?
Yes, the eyeballs led us to it, but if something's wrong with it and it's not trying to be hostile, then there's no reason to kill it just for upgrading something.
Let's, he's gonna bring his shield up and start moving forward.
Hess is
Okay.
doing the Jackie Chan, like, woof face. Then why are we... Anyway.
Hello. Hello.
Can I do an insight to see?
You will
Hello.
Hold on,
come
Hart,
no closer.
Well,
Alright, sounds good. How's it going?
Leave.
You good in there?
Leave.
Have the diplomat.
We're kind of hired to get you out because, not your home.
I will
Is something
not
the
be
matter?
moved, and you will come no closer.
is something wrong? Why have you taken your post here?
I will not leave.
Has someone given you instruction to do so?
Sister, make another insight check. I want you to give me advantage on this one.
There's
I'll
a thorn
take
in
it.
her paw.
Don't even need it.
Nothing if not
This
consistent.
Sphinx is grieving. You have seen this before. You have counseled people through this before. She is grieving. And with a 22, she seems almost, now that she has acknowledged your presence, her wings have begun to spread and almost bracket this crypt back here.
Well, that makes sense. Do you mind if I ask who they were to you?
Her mouth moves as though she's trying to find the right words, but cannot.
That's alright. Sometimes it's a little complicated. But it's pretty clear that you care about them. How recently did they pass? Do you know?
All too soon, and all too long ago.
How long have you been here?
The time of man is different from the time of gods.
I wish that I could know more about how you feel. I can try to see it from your view. That would require your cooperation.
Knowledge is earned.
Then how can we earn that knowledge to know why you're doing this?
Prove yourselves.
And how would that be done?
The claws extend, sort of digging into the worn stone beneath her feet.
That's what I thought. She'll raise up her non-shielded hand. I suppose then we'll do this. I'll show you that your right to grieve and protect is the same as everyone else whose loved ones are lost here. And I will represent them and you represent yourself.
What's going on?
A challenge. Strength.
Looks up at the Sphinx. Is this really necessary?
They are quite fond of tests. Metal or knowledge or guile.
If
Seems
you would
it.
prefer. She seems to almost force these next words out. Then you will answer my questions.
Tess fires and
You will answer or you will fight.
Did you say puzzles? Ah! Tess powers up. I swear to God. I will go full Looney Tunes if you go puzzles. Riddles.
I mean, you had to
Puddle.
know that there was gonna at least be a possibility of riddles. This is a sphinx, sir.
Well, unfortunately, I'm present, so denied.
She said
Puddle.
you
Tess,
will answer
Tess,
or
come
you
here.
will fight. So
I'll stay right at my range. You can come over here. That's a cat.
You really want to fight this thing, sis?
No, not particularly. Now that I know why it's here. I'd rather find out why are the specifics on that and then convince it to either act in harmony with everyone else or convince it that it doesn't need to be here any longer. But I suppose if it wants us to answer a question or fight, we can at least try the question. And then fighting will be on the table, looking straight at Tess.
All right.
Jumpy little creature.
Tess has
Hey,
put her
Chris,
bow away and has pulled
you good with trying the question first?
a fitty cow.
I'm fine with that. I'd rather resolve this as peacefully as possible.
Agree.
Mm.
And this is why I didn't ask you to talk to him, Tess. All right. What's your question?
The Vanguard. Bumpers.
she looks to you first. There are two sisters. The first gives birth to the second, and the second gives birth to the first. And I will post it in chat. Paste. Didn't copy it. I did copy it. Let me copy it. Oh, my C key is being sticky again. Goofy ass. There we go.
What the fuck?
That's not really a question.
The riddle.
It is your question. It's a
Can we confer with each other, or is it something I got to do on my own?
We're all here.
You may confer, but ensure that I only hear the answer you wish to give.
Right. Right. Plug your ears.
Let's back up a little then.
All right, so the only thing I can think of is Ouroboros.
Isn't Ouroboros supposed to be one, though? Been a while.
I am not the brains of this outfit, sis. You are.
I could say night and day. I kind of...
I was gonna say we've heard Rex refer to the moon as Nami.
That does make sense. Night and day.
Because they both kind of give rise to the other over and over.
Yeah.
What else could it be? I don't really know anything else.
Tess?
She just looks up at you. I look over at Norman.
Yeah, that's what I figured, but I thought I'd at least ask.
It's appreciated, but no.
I suppose that's something we can go with.
Night and day. All right. All right. All right. He'll walk back over. All right. I have conferred with my associates. We believe it is night and day.
Her lips almost curl back in a snarl.
Uh-oh.
Not the intended answer, but it will suffice.
Day and night.
The sun and the moon.
Well, we're on the right path. Somewhat.
It seems to pain her.
This woman wants to throw down, doesn't she?
That's not what it is. It's not, aw, damn, she thought she had you. It's almost that these riddles and how they function are an immutable law for her. But something about the rules has changed. And it's anathema to change it, but she has to.
Okay.
Well, that's the riddle answered. Do you think that we can cooperate a little more now?
You may ask one question.
I don't know.
Float towards sister.
I would like to ask what has happened to her, but she probably deflected.
Ask your question, sis.
Everyone fine with me asking that, and possibility of getting nothing out of it?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Sister will take a step forward. What has happened to you to make you this way? You're struggling, in pain.
The same that will happen to each and every one of you. Time. Time.
But it's... Time's what's changed you this much?
You may ask one question.
Well, this doesn't leave us in any better of a spot now.
Do you care to play again?
Sure.
Ask
Give the
away.
DM a couple seconds to look up another riddle.
I am full of holes, but strong as steel. What am I? Copy, paste.
That's a little generic.
I'm just imagining
Go
the
ahead.
little plippy ploppy footsteps.
Go ahead, call a riddle mid. Kick her while she's down.
Any ideas?
Maybe a net.
A steel
Right.
net.
I feel like it's a little... It has to be a little more complicated than that, but...
What about a chain?
Well, it is full of holes, and it is usually steel.
Icarus?
No idea.
All right.
So, net or chain? Which do you want to go with?
I'd say chain would be the safer answer, because nets are usually not made out of stuff stronger than steel.
All right. Thunk, 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 thunk. Chain.
Correct. You may ask
Okay.
one question.
Who
Why
were
are-
they?
That works.
What'd you ask?
Who were they?
Again, the claws seem to dig further into the stone. They were no one until they were everything. And then they were not themselves. And now they are gone.
That's a non-answer.
Is there any way that I can insight that to see if, like, I would have any
Sure, go ahead.
idea of what that means?
19. So, no one to everything, you gather that this is someone that was a stranger to the Sphinx and then became very, very dear to them. They were gone, obviously, they died. They weren't themselves. You're not entirely sure what that is. It could be that they just weren't the person the Sphinx knew anymore. It could be some sort of possession. Could be some sort of disease, something along those lines. You're not entirely sure of that part, but the other three you feel fairly certain.
All right. I will turn to Arca and just kind of lean into him. I believe they were a loved one, whether it be friend, something more akin to family, or a loved one, I'm not sure. But I'm believing that they passed, along with the previous statement as time. They died.
All right. Looks at sister. Another question?
I suppose that's how I'll have to keep going.
He'll turn to the Sphinx. I don't know if you'll give this to us for free, but may I have your name?
If you will give yours in return.
Tez shows up with a clipboard. Yeah.
Harka Tarnez.
I am called Davni.
History checks.
Make a history check. Four 15. Thank you.
Shut up, Fire.
I will not. You swung that too slow for me.
Okay, so the 4, no. With a 13, sounds similar to many of the gynosphynx names that you know. Like, it sounds like, okay, yes, this is... sister, you had heard tales of a sphinx that had been somewhere in the world. You knew that it was not on, Calagios, but you weren't sure where it was exactly in your stories. That had lived for some time with a human. Not necessarily that they left their charge, but that the human had come to them and lived out their life with the Sphinx. And you remember the name of that Sphinx being Davni.
Sister will relay that to everyone.
You happen to remember the human's name?
Make another history check.
No.
Nope. No clue.
Okay, hang on. Fae-like stories. Could I make a roll for that? Especially salacious, forbidden stories like that.
Sure. It's still a history check, but yeah, go ahead and roll. 16. A salacious fae-like story that ties in with what sister is telling the rest of you.
Yeah, Tez just sitting
There
there.
was a sphinx.
Hey, wait a minute.
There was a sphinx many years ago that changed the rules of her riddles. That is unheard of. Like I said earlier, for a sphinx, the rules are as physically ingrained in them as blinking or breathing. They are immutable. For a sphinx to change the rules on how their riddles work is massive. And you gather that might have been her. You never heard a name. But if a human was able to come to this Sphinx unbidden and live out their mortal lifespan with her, it's probably a pretty good chance it's the same one that changed the rules.
I tell the party.
Yeah, that would be... Ooh, that's a good analogy. That would be on par with the Fae not taking someone's name. Or the Fae not keeping a promise. That would be on par with that. Fae have to keep their promises.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
Exactly.
Damn, bitch.
It would be but it would be something so similar to that. Not that it's necessarily like a crime and cheating, but it is as immutable to Sphinx as it is to the Fae having to keep their word.
Heretic!
Yep.
But how did she do that?
I will relay this to the party. Tess is visibly disgusted, but also intrigued.
Gross. How'd you do it?
Cheating's fun.
That's disgusting. That's terrible. Tell me how you did it so I can never repeat it.
I would never commit piracy of my favorite TV shows at this exact website.
HTTP.
Exactly. What do you do now?
Mm-hmm.
I think this person was important enough for her to augment her very existence. However that was done.
Yes, agreed. We can strike roommate off the deal. 100% a lover.
Hey, they could have been really good friends. You never heard of a good bromance, maybe?
Our business partners, yes. Business partners.
Yeah, business partners.
Yeah, they had equal shares in the business, so it's, you know,
Alright.
50-50 split, man.
I mean, sphinxes are pretty fucking powerful, correct?
They're pretty powerful, yeah. Gynosphynxes are
Wasn't
not
talking to you.
as powerful
Wasn't
as...
talking to the DM.
Sorry.
Wasn't talking to the DM.
The same voice.
Yes, they're quite powerful. They're set usually as guardians for treasures or other important ritual sites by gods or things of similar power, celestials.
So, we can just assume that she assigned herself as guardian of this tomb. Because her partner's here.
That is
Wrong
quite
chance.
possible, especially since she already broke the rules.
See, that wouldn't be an issue if she just would let other people come and do their own thing. Kind of a dick move.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
they rewrite so much.
Yes.
Well, it seems that hasn't killed anyone yet, and it's only injured people to scare them away.
Or could
I guess that's the most reasonable way that she could get it.
Eventually she will kill someone.
Agreed.
That's possible. That's why we're here, to stop that from reaching fruition.
I'm not sure how Tess does it, but she cocks her bow. Looney Tunes magic.
Doom guy picking up a thing of bread.
Yeah.
It doesn't even make sense, like how you would if like that down the long length. She just pulls back the string and it goes.
So
You suppose she wants to join him?
okay, you know
Bye.
what?
Nope.
Hey!
Nope.
You will
nope.
come
nope,
no
nope,
closer.
No.
Whoa.
Harka would have grabbed her before she got that close.
Whatever. Shut up. Look. No one's telling you not to come mourn whoever your roommate was here, wink wink. But you can't be slapping other people. They have a right to unto their loved ones too. You say to ask a riddle, I will fucking murder you.
You haven't asked a question.
Yeah, that was also the DM.
No, I know. I'm just saying. She has no reason to ask you a riddle. You have not asked a question.
So, I swear to God.
I'd say with your passive perception check, around now, you probably begin to hear this almost subsonic growl.
Don't you chirp at me, bitch.
Oh no, she growling.
No, don't you put those fingies away. I blew head of a dragon. I'm on the move for your shit. Look. Just hang on.
Reads book.
Don't ask that. Don't tell her to come down. Let people do. This is a public space. And you cannot intrude upon they're also public duties, bitch. No way, hang on, that's Breaking Bad.
There's a book of words over.
Bitch.
So, can you just not? Otherwise, we're gonna have to do this the non-riddle way. And if you ask to do the riddle way, I'm gonna do it the not riddle way. I don't like riddles.
Can you just not is technically a request rather than a question.
I swear to God.
That's in your favor, dumbass.
Okay. I don't trust you, but okay.
A request is different from a request isn't asking for information.
Because if we're not here to fight, just let people do their shit. What say you?
That's a question.
You myself.
Well, but it's again, you're asking for a response rather than like, give me information, give me knowledge, which is the whole thing she peddles in.
Do I get a response?
I'm trying to think of what she would do here.
Tess will.
I will not allow her resting place to be touched. They may not approach.
Okay, persuasion's out. How about a threat?
And
No.
then
No.
Shut up.
Nope. Hand over muzzle. Make a roll. I'm not gonna let you threaten her.
if we're doing that fight acrobatics, then come on, go to me. 12.
Stop.
God damn it.
I hate you.
I'm good with that.
You cunt.
All right.
Surprised she hasn't tried the ultimate little sister trick yet.
Now, we can have them give their word that they will not touch her resting place.
She's not willing to do that. She
But-
just fucking said it.
But they do need access to here for the other graves, the other markers.
Is it all one person in there? I see like 80 fucking coffins.
Yeah. She's up here, then there's these over here on this side, and these over here on this side.
You see
The
that
others need
fucking
to be
problem?
taken care of as well. You can't just have them be ignored for your loss.
They have stolen her before. I will not let them steal her again.
Put me down, your hands smell funny. You scratch your balls?
Yeah. They, with you here, I guarantee it, they will not attempt to steal her body ever again. But there are others in the mausoleum.
Why do your gloves smell like this too? Gross.
Fuck you.
You want to?
I'm done. I'll talk to you guys later.
No!
Dude, come on. Ah, fucking hell. Bleh.
Hello, and welcome to the 35th episode of the second campaign of Chronicles in Telmora. My name is Liv. I am your long-suffering GM for the foreseeable future. In our party, we have Harka, played by Norvin.
Idly hodly.
We have Sister, played by Shane.
Hello.
Ah, he's awake. Good. We have Tess, played by Pyro.
Hello, everybody. My name is Marco Black.
Bonk. And we have Icarus, played by Nasir.
Hello.
All right, when last we left our party, they had been in a pseudo riddle interrogation with Davni, the gynosphynx. I believe they had gotten a few answers out of her, but essentially they were trying to learn more about why she was here and what she was doing, and could they possibly get her to compromise. And that's where we left off. She does not have opposable thumbs, so that would be interesting, Tess.
Paw print.
Alright, what's y'all doing?
I'm trying to remember what we were talking about.
I believe we got a couple clues in regards to who she was here for, the one person she was here for, and then immensely territorial. Two sides. The first gave birth. The second, did you answer that one?
Which one?
Oh no, I'm full of holes which strong as steel.
Yes, you did.
It was chains.
Yeah, you answered that one.
Oh yeah, history books remember the mysteries. Oops.
And you had exchanged names. Harka and Davni had exchanged names, so that was how you got her to tell her name.
Yeah.
The law of equivalent exchange.
Yeah.
Scooch.
Now we're pairing. I think.
And this music loud as motherfucker.
It is. I had to turn it down.
For what?
All right, so as I was saying, perhaps we can get you to allow the others, as long as they don't touch your specific grave.
How can I be assured they will listen?
You're standing here.
I'm not sure if you know, but you're quite imposing. It's the reason why we're here in the first place.
This did not matter when they stole her body.
Did they steal her body to put her in the tomb that she's in?
I do not know why.
Do you know who stole them?
All I know is that I was gone briefly. And when I returned, so was she. And when I found her again, she was here.
So they most likely took her body to intern her here. They did not steal her, they buried her.
Did she tell you of any family members that she had?
Many years ago. But I had not heard their names in a long time.
Is it possible that someone found what was left of her and wanted to return her to her own family? They did not know the circumstances that you had?
In the end, I was all she knew. They would not have been her family.
Maybe she doesn't bear any relation to this specific place, and someone just saw someone, well, a corpse, and thought it laid to rest would be best. Did you try Divine Sense, Harka? You feel anything about it? I can't remember if you did or not.
Hasn't been used, so I can pop a Divine Sense now.
Okay. Remind me what that sees.
You got a number of those.
Hollow and Desecration, and then certain enemy types, I believe.
I mean, the place hasn't been put under the effect of a hallow spell, because that would be a bit, but it's been like mundanely consecrated, if that makes sense, the way that most graveyards are. Celestial fiend or undead.
It's got a tarp over it to keep the
It's got a
undead
tarp
from
over it to
wandering
get
in.
exactly. Let me check her creature type. There is no celestial fiend or undead. Yeah. I think that's... Yeah, that looks like that's it. There's no celestial fiends or undeads. And there is the tarp to keep the undead out. Basic consecration.
So you're simply worried that someone will take her body again.
I will not leave her again. I will not let her be taken from me. Not again.
Then people will not take her with you here. I see no point in barring people from visiting other graves or caring for other graves if you are going to be here to personally protect the grave.
I'm not sure how much you know about burial rituals and methods, but usually when they're entombed as such, granted that looks like that's a stone sarcophagus built into the floor, she's put there to be there for a very, very long time, until the elements take away her bones to dust. Which will be long before any of us really can perceive.
The memories of these people are so short. I cannot know that they will remember.
It's very simple, they won't. The memories of mortals are short. Because we don't live very long.
He's got a point.
Looks at the one on borrowed time.
Open Gungam stuff. Yeah. 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 Look, so is the answer here to get that grave undug? Are there records for this?
I'm sure we could go to town and check, but
If they're gonna be there, should we just go? Should we split up? Or
what is the name of your companion?
Her name was Brielle.
Does she have a title, a last name, a family name?
or a race?
She was human. That is all she
Does
told
it-
me.
Tomb have an inscription? Seems to be held with rather high regard, being in the middle of the podium.
She'll kind of pull one of her wings slightly to the side, just enough so that you can see it. Not really ceding her place at all, but just sort of adjusting just enough so that you could catch a glimpse at the grave. And you see the name Brielle Riverblade.
All right. I'm going to roll a history check on that. I advise other people to do the same.
Mm-hmm. Never heard that before. Nope, not in your books.
Thank you, Icarus.
Icarus.
Just because I might have been a liar that I'll give it a shot. Where are you? Where do you history? There you are. Icarus.
Tess, you feel like you've heard the name before, but what you connect it with is the tales that you had heard of the Sphinx that had changed her rules. And you remember hearing the name Brielle Riverblade in conjunction with those stories. Icarus, you had heard stories of a scholar, not necessarily an adventurer. So not really a fighter, but a scholar that had traveled the world and at one point had met a sphinx and spent a great deal of time with this sphinx answering their questions every day. And it basically became a rumor, a legend, that these two were never seen apart. Until one day they both disappeared.
I will relay that to the party that they seem to be a scholar that always traveled and one day disappeared with the Sphinx.
How long ago?
Many years. She was gone before I... She was so wise.
You die of old age.
She doesn't answer, but you see that hit her.
I'll take that as a yes. And how long was it before she was moved?
I had begun my funeral rites. But I did not have everything that I needed. I was gone for a day. And when I returned, she was not there.
And you found her here.
I searched for many years. And here she is.
How far away are we from where you were? Get here, Fractal.
Not very far. But I did not know where to look.
It wasn't fair.
Here, let's pause. I just got food.
Were we all here? Shane?
Shane?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so we're essentially arguing with this thing because it's scared that someone's going to take the body again.
Okay.
And no one is going to take the body again because, one, it's interred. Two, there's no necromancers around. And three, and this is the real big one,
Yeah.
the gynosphynx.
Villains accept. No. So the answer is just we just go look for the records and then see if we can.
I don't think there is anything we can do. I mean, we need to somehow convince her, or it, or whatever,
Her.
that no one's going to take the body when
right
it's
there.
simply something we know.
They're hanging out. Like the dragon's dogma. Anyway. Above board. I think there.
Liv, let's before we spin our wheels, Liv, is there a way to solve this non-combat?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can
Alright.
if you want to. It's that
Above
it
board, I
might be a
think
little bit
there's-
more difficult for you to get the eyes, but yeah.
I think above board there's actually precedence for exhuming a body and moving it for a loved one.
All right, let's head back to town.
Hadn't thought
We
about
know
it,
the
but
name
sure, there could
of the
be.
body.
No, I'm yeah, I'm sorry. I'm in like actual precedence. I think I read about it somewhere.
Okay.
If that's the issue, and if they're in a coffin, we can just exhume it, and then she can fly off wherever she wants.
Flap flap.
Like it has something to do with abiding by the spouses and the will or something like that. Like, I don't know. It was like a while back. And I'm not gonna think I'm spitballing here and think she counts as a spouse.
Well, the problem is that's usually when it's like there's written documentation that's like accepted. Granted that she lived the rest of her however long life with the gynosphynx. Probably don't have any of that on hand.
Well, then let's go see who does have the rights, the rights to their plot at least. If it's just the city, then I think they'd be happy to get rid of the Sphinx by giving up a corpse.
Let's see what we can find out, and we can always just
To the town hall or something, or what's the god of the dead here, Pelor? Whoever oversees the cemetery, a church or?
it's
they're-
just maintained by people, if
Yeah.
I remember correctly.
They have like local clerics and priests and stuff that'll come and bless it, but they're not going to be actual like this is a high level cleric of someone. It'd be like this is Pastor Rick from down at the chapel.
I'm getting is this like just a communal system at a cemetery? Is there like a central building?
It's a communal cemetery, yeah.
Okay. I guess the town hall then? Fuck. That's the other place I can think.
Probably best place for records, yeah.
If we find out anything, we could probably convince her to, embrace being here with people if she makes friends with them. And, it's a small, rather closely knit town. I'm sure they would help her.
Maybe.
And
We'll see.
like we kind of mentioned, she's the scariest thing within a couple of miles, for sure.
Easily.
So I don't think anyone would really test that just for the sake of getting a body.
Let's shrug. Let's go. Let's go talk to the mayor or whatever.
Quick question before we leave.
Ah.
Looking back at the Sphinx,
Yep.
why haven't you killed anyone?
They have heeded
You clearly
my
have the
warnings.
strength to. They've heeded your warnings. And
Those
that's the
that
only
did not
reason.
were summarily warned more emphatically. After that, they did not approach. I have seen enough death.
All right. We'll be back. Well,
She just kind
hoof
of
it back to
settles
town.
down. All right, if you're hoofing it back, it's about 15 minutes. Put you back on the art page.
Yes, hoofing it.
Clip clop,
quote-
clip clop,
quote-
with
quote-
all
quote-
of your multitude of hooves.
Yeah.
I have a horse, thank you.
Quotation mark riding in sister's basket.
Clip clop, clip clop, clip clop. All right. You can go back to the little. It's like the town hall rec center. I don't remember the exact name I said for it before, but it's like the community center. That's it. Where the Adventurers Guild is, and where the post
Boys
office.
Girls Club.
It's the community center. It's where everything is.
Let's guess that the records building is in this building as well.
It is.
Very, very strong chance.
Put the riding crop away.
All right,
Okay,
let's go.
Gynecology books. Okay.
So the
And
record.
we will.
You find the you get directed basically to like, oh, the records room is down the hall to your right. Unless that's where I said something else is, in which case down the hall to the left.
It could be a really long hallway.
It could be a really long hallway. It could be, that's very true.
All right.
Alright. The records keeper is a half-elf man. He introduces himself as Petros. What can I help you find?
Cemetery records. On insert person's name here.
Oh, Brielle. Yes. He kind of
You know who she is.
Yes, she's a well-known name here. I recall when she was just a girl.
She has not been dead very long.
I'm a bit older than I look.
Yeah, half elf. Still not that old.
He kind of shrugs at you like, "No,
You're just babies. It's fine.
I'm going to."
Why
move
was
that."
she
And he
moved
kind of
here?
goes
Who
and
mo-
opens.
Who moved her body here? And why?
From what I understand, he kind of pulls open a large ledger and flips through it. From what I recall, we don't have the exact information of who specifically brought her, but I believe I remember that it was one of her nieces, I believe, had found her body and brought her back. They said she was out in the wilderness. She had been somewhat haphazardly what looked like buried, they said, and they brought her back here.
A sphinx buried her and was going to finish funeral rites, and then you disturbed her body.
Oh, a lot
And
of
he's gonna
pieces are
do
falling
like a
in
head
place.
cock to the side and give them like a shit-eating grin.
He just kind of stands there, And you see him, like, the eyes glaze over while he's, like, thinking and making connections, and he goes, "Oh, a lot of pieces just fell into place."
Damn.
Yeah. We're gonna give the Sphinx permission to move the body.
I honestly don't think I could stop that from happening if I tried.
No, you can't.
All right, fair enough.
Are there any members of her family still alive?
I believe the niece that brought her here still lives in town, yes.
Where's she?
He'll basically give you directions to where she works.
All right. So we're all good with just letting the gynosphynx move the body wherever she wants it, right? Looking at the party members.
I don't know if that will cause problems with her family.
I think her family is the gynosphynx at this point.
That depends on who you ask.
It's only one person who it really matters to, and that'd be her. And we can't ask her.
Man, are there nieces still around?
We'll take the walk to the niece's house.
So she lives and works at a local tavern.
Oh, good.
So you go into the tavern and you see the person that Petros described, probably in her mid-40s, sort of auburn curly hair, human woman, wiping down the bar. Hi, can I help you?
Hold on a sec.
Holding.
Is this a level 20 Oh, fuck.
You got no clue.
No, they're level 1. You can intimidate them all you want.
No clue.
Hi, how's it going?
Let them cook.
Sister, what are you inciting?
Just her general demeanor, like her
She
attitude.
looks like a service worker.
Oh.
This is the general
sorry.
vibe you get from a service worker, that she, it's a server. So
About
she's,
ready to kill someone on a moment's notice?
No,
Oh,
so
right.
she's
hang
a
on, hang on,
service
hang on.
worker on a so this is when I would say this is one of my days at Chili's where I was having a pretty nice day. I'd had some nice regulars, and there were some annoying moments, but overall the day's been pretty decent.
I will say small town service workers are generally better because you know each other.
Yep.
And this seems like a small town. Think small town diner.
Yeah, very small town diner. She seems like
How's it
she's in a
going?
everyday mood.
Howdy.
Howdy. Can I
I
get you something to
hear.
drink?
No.
Okay. Do you need a room?
No, other business, cemetery business.
Okay.
I'm sure you heard about the gynosphynx.
Yes.
Based on tone, I'm going to guess you know why it's here.
I have my suspicions.
Want to share those so we can compare notes?
Your aunt sounded like she was freaky.
Okay, first of all, don't ever fucking say that about my aunt ever again.
Bonk on the head of the kobold.
Ow!
Okay.
Second of all, I don't know what that thing did to my aunt, but last time I saw her, she didn't even recognize me. She didn't even remember my name.
Were the two of you close?
I mean, yeah, she helped raise me when I was a kid before she went out on this adventure.
How long ago was that?
Maybe 5 years. No, a little more than 7. When I saw her, before I found her.
So somehow this gynosphynx got so attached to this human scholar within a 7-year period.
No, I don't know how long they were together, but I found her like that about 7 years ago when I finally felt confident enough to look for her.
How long had she been missing until that point?
20 years?
Well, and it's too hard for you to believe that the two of them were more than friends?
That I believe. I just don't know why she didn't remember me. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was real or if that Sphinx did something to her. I mean, she didn't look
Sphinxes
well.
tend not to manipulate people's minds.
Well, this one seems to be a little special.
Odd. Agreed.
I mean,
But-
she was fretting over her. She got upset with me for stressing her out. She got all agitated. And yeah, I was upset that she didn't remember me, but...
Got angry with you.
I think she got angry about the Sphinx, not the Sphinx getting angry.
No, the Sphinx got angry at me because I was upsetting Brielle. She got all agitated when I was upset that she didn't remember me. Of course I was upset. Did I really mean that little to her?
No clue.
It could very well have been something around where they had lingered that... Granted, what Sphinxes are usually meant for is guarding places of import, whether it be a location of note or an item. It could have been that when your aunt found the gynosphynx and they were getting along, that one of those items in that import was actually something dangerous.
But there wasn't
And
anything
might
there.
have
They were
caused
in the
that.
middle of nowhere.
They were in the middle of nowhere?
They were in the middle of nowhere. That's just... The Sphinx told me to get out of their home. She just kept telling Brielle it was all right. It's okay. She asked Brielle to tell her her name. It was like she didn't remember. Like she couldn't remember.
This is...
She had her memory taken by something, or broken.
She didn't look well. That's why I came back not that long ago, or not that long afterwards. Age was getting to her. For sure. She moved slower.
How old was she?
Around then? I think she was 77.
Out of character. Dementia thing?
Make a medicine check.
She would have fucking Alzheimer's to forget her niece that she helped raise.
You do recall in certain books and studies that you've read, especially in humans, that humans at advanced age have shown signs of memory regression. Forgetting loved ones, forgetting things that have happened in their past, forgetting themselves. This sounds pretty similar.
And she wasn't looking good, so I know with dementia and Alzheimer's, they actually get scared of water and stop bathing. All right, so looks at sister. I don't know at this point. Seems like she was mentally sick. I don't know if you know of this particular ailment. He'll kind of explain the ailment to her. But honestly, it sounds like your aunt had this ailment.
Nope. 2 crits on the advantage. Wow.
So sad. Doesn't sound like anything you've heard of before.
Don't get advantage with his explanation.
Oh, fine. With the explanation, sure.
Come on, I'm a doctor.
Fine.
Give it to me.
I'm a doctor. Yeah, sure. With the doctor and with the explanation. Yes, you've read about this. And when you think about, in conjunction with the other answers that Davni gave you about time taking its toll.
Poor woman had Alzheimer's and dementia.
Then she was just sick.
Just sick. And
They can
the Sphinx was taking care of her
Oh, God.
until the end.
She kind of puts a hand over her mouth. All this time, I thought she really did love her.
Seems like it.
And I stole her.
You moved her.
I wouldn't say that.
I wanted...
You cared just as much about her as... She meant a lot to both of you in different ways. She raised you. You were brought up under her. It makes perfect sense that you would want her to be with you and that you cared for her, wanted her to be cared for and around somewhere where you believed that she would be safe in her passing. With what you knew and all the information at hand, you made a reasonable choice. And now we're here to tell you about the truth of it, or at least try. If we give it a day, I don't know how much I could help the both of you, but we could speak with her momentarily.
Who?
Your aunt.
No, don't disturb her. She's been through enough.
It's not disturbing her. It's when things die, they leave behind. It's like a signature. It's not their soul or their mind, but it's like a shell. It keeps those important memories like a copy, and we can just ask it questions, and it can give us truths that might help both you and the Sphinx. I'd love to think that I had the power to pull someone's soul back, but I'm not that particularly powerful.
I can't hear again that she doesn't remember me. I can't hear it again.
Well, you might not hear that.
Do you know? Do you know for sure?
The sickness, it cuts off their access to these memories, but they're never truly gone. Stimulating them in certain ways might have brought that knowledge back, albeit maybe briefly. But if I use this, there's a high possibility that she would still remember you, not having her bodily affliction hindering her ability to process it. For an analogy, imagine you have a box, and this sickness locks that box, but everything's still in there. And now that she's gone, the lock is gone, but she can't access the box herself. Granted, her soul's not in that body. I have yet to speak with a full spirit before and contemplate if that changes for them, but it's my theory that she would still remember. She wouldn't have these barriers that kept her from knowing you before. It's like weights.
I can't go through it again. If you think you can talk to her, that's fine. But I can't see it.
I have a proposition. I can maintain my connection for 10 minutes. You can travel with us slightly and then stay a minute beyond, out of earshot, and I can ask her if she remembers you. If she gives me a suitable answer that convinces me that she does know you in full, then perhaps you can come back and hear from her yourself.
Where?
Just outside of the cemetery.
Where the Sphinx is.
The Sphinx
The
is
Sphinx
guarding
isn't
her.
as dangerous as you think it is.
No, that's not it. I said such horrible things to her.
Well, this would be a good time to apologize then.
But am I apologizing for me or for her?
That depends on what you feel.
Parker has a strange look on his face like he doesn't understand that.
If she doesn't want to see me, if she doesn't care, if all seeing me will do is hurt her, then I'm just apologizing to make myself feel better. I'm not actually apologizing for her.
Oh, there's only one real way to know that, isn't there? You know, this is going to sound incredibly mean. It probably is, but for someone who went and stole a body from a sphinx, you're kind of a coward.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I ran away.
Buck the fuck up.
I wouldn't be so crude about it.
I would.
I know you two get along in that respect.
Stop being a little bitch. Get out there and apologize to the woman you insulted. The woman your aunt loved.
Maybe we can both remember her together.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You both... I think we can come to an arrangement. You both knew her at different points. You grew up with her, and you knew her, and the Sphinx knew her after that, when she was focused on her scholarly duties. Two different sides of her.
Okay. I'll go.
Sister will clasp her hands around... Did she even give us her name? I can't remember.
You didn't ask.
Will clasp her hands around
Her name is Denise.
You straight
local
up did not ask.
NPT4 hands.
Her name is now Denise.
Nope. I have her
We'll
name.
just-
It's not Denise.
We'll just not ask, and then we'll have her introduce herself to the Sphinx. Easy
There we go.
peasy.
It's easy dub.
Easy dub. Now we don't feel like dickheads.
Because I had her name and then y'all just never asked.
Because
you know,
we instantly got on her case about it, we knew.
You
We knew
sure
that.
did.
Who's we? I just insinuated her aunt fucks. That was a compliment.
I think... I'm not gonna get into that. I don't even
It's
know
a weird.
why
We
you
don't
would
have
say
time
that.
to unpack all that.
It's a high compliment in my culture.
Apparently,
Seriously,
it's
what
in
did we
her
do in
culture. It's
the
not fucking
Feywild?
like rabbits. It's fucking like
What do you-
kobolds.
Have you even look? I don't know what googling means, but one of the voices in my head says Google what kobold culture is. Get woke.
Tess,
Get knowledgeable.
I'll be honest. I don't know how much of you has kobold culture left in it after 300 years in the Feywild. So it could be either one of them at that point. I don't really know
remember.
which one you're referencing.
Ish. The answer's yes.
Okay.
The
We'll
answer
turn
is
back
who's say?
to the grieving lady.
Oh shit! I thought she walked away.
No.
No,
I
I'm
trolled
still
her.
here holding her hands as you're saying everything.
Hey, what's
you're
your
saying.
name?
Okay.
Look,
That works.
we kind of
too.
forgot to ask. Sorry.
Oh, let's have Liv stop laughing for a second. Good lord.
I mean, we really didn't ask. We're not good at this kind of thing. We usually just kind of go gun swinging. What's a gun? The fuck's a gun?
Emmeline.
Thank you. I was like, good.
I always try to remember to do that.
All right, Miss Emmeline. When we reach the graveyard tomorrow, I will have both a spell ready to speak with you, and in case the Sphinx doesn't want to see you, I have a spell that can keep you safe.
Thank you.
Remember, don't stay too far away. It's only 10 minutes.
I'll just have you tell me where to stop.
She will nod. All right. I need about 25 gold. I have that.
What spell are you preparing?
Oh, that's for ceremony.
Okay. So all I've been picturing this whole time was Speak with Dead, and I was like, that's gonna be really fucked up.
Speak with dead. I mean, she's not gonna pull a Boulder's Gate and lift the fucking corpse up.
No, but it does animate the body a little bit.
A little.
A little, yeah. It doesn't, like, conjure a spirit. That's the little bit of what was left in the body is speaking.
As long as there's mostly skull head, we're good. I think. Karen hasn't done that spell,
Alas, poor York.
really, so I wasn't thinking about it.
I knew him, Horatio. It's just gonna be fucking Hamlet in the graveyard with the skull.
I'm gonna read Hamlet!
That's
Hamlet!
only if you do Speak with Dead. I've just been sitting here going, this is gonna be really interesting. But sure.
I found this book, it's called McBlarkin's Son.
I am using Speak with Dead.
You are
The
using-
ceremony is just for after.
Uh-oh. Let me reread the actual text of Speak with Dead, because every time I've
I just read it.
interacted... Here, post it. Let me see it. Speak with Dead.
Semblance of life and intelligence to a
To
corpse.
a corpse, yeah.
Yep.
To a corpse. The
Corpse
corpse
must
must still have a
mouth.
mouth and can't be undead. It animates the corpse. Just a little bit.
Yeah,
You can
I
have
mean,
a- you can
if
have a
you
corpse.
remember the meme from the movie with them fucking up all the questions,
Yep.
that's kind of what it does.
Yeah. It's basically
You can have a little
you
bit of
put-
necromancy.
It's basically
as a
like a
treat.
hand puppet where the spirit kind of puts its hand in the jaws.
Well, it's... You remember Zonkiri's explanation of what he's eating when he quote-unquote eats souls?
A little bit.
That's basically what she's fucking with for that
Oh,
spell.
my lord.
It's that little remnant that gets left behind.
It's just gonna be like, I'm just gonna crack the lid and I'm just gonna look in here and none of y'all should look and see what this looks like. But I'm gonna...
It's like a handprint, but for their entire being.
Random question: does that technically mean that if a necromancer class killed that thing, then they can someone cannot use Speak with Dead with it?
I suppose you could come to that decision. That would be a gameplay mechanic thing.
Yeah.
Just
Lore
if it
wise,
got...
that
Wait,
makes
hold
a
on.
lot of sense. Yeah, but
You mean
Okay.
if it died because of a necromancy
Like,
spell?
if a necromancer kills them and then siphons that energy,
Yeah.
is what he's asking. I
Well,
mean,
if
they
they've
probably
become-
didn't include that for the sake of,
If they've become undead at any point, then no. Because at that point, the animating spirit has come and gone.
Technically, Grim Harvest has nothing to do with that animating spirit. That was just Zonkiri.
Oh, what is
Yeah,
Grim Harvest
yeah.
again?
Grim Harvest, you gain the ability to reap life energy from creatures you kill with your spells.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
So-
that would not work, yeah.
Necromancer, Zonkiri was just reaping life energy. Zonkiri
Oh,
was
okay.
specifically targeting that because he's a menace and he wants to eat it.
Don't give this benefit. So, because it's creatures you kill specifically, so ultimately...
It was just a random question.
But this is interesting, and I kind of want to codify it. So for player characters, it would be up to the player character to decide if that's something that they're doing. But probably for NPCs, I would say by default, if an NPC has that feature, they're consuming the soul.
If it means anything, do you live for how you want for Fractal? Fractal does not do that. By pure same sense that he did make that one promise, that one time.
Right, because
And- yeah.
that would be. I think that's the thing about it. The way I read that is, I think it is a conscious choice to leave the soul alone, and everything else is instinctual.
Fractal would
have
have
to
to be
opt
left
out.
alone for a while to start just like turning souls into fuels for his actual
Yeah.
like hell engine.
You have to opt out of that feature, not opt in.
Here's the thing.
Yep.
Reaping life energy and stealing their whole ass soul is a lot different.
No, but it would be the last little bit, because the soul, the way that spell and either text reads, the soul doesn't remain in the body, in the corpse, so it's whatever last little bit is there for things like Speak with Dead.
They're supping along the dew of the barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have someone target it like Zunkiri does, then yeah, sure.
Yes.
But normally Grim Harvest just siphons some of the life energy that is abundant in them as you're killing them.
Right.
Anyway.
Anywho.
Fun thought experiment aside.
I am buying 5 platinum worth of silver. AKA I'm just switching it out to silver. And then I'm going to annihilate it.
Okay.
With... Well,
Yes.
actually...
Yeah, you can do that.
5, that'd be 50, so it's 25, yeah. That's 2 casts of
Figuring out
ceremony.
the exchange rate.
Yep. So, you guys would see Sister swap out 5 of her platinum with silver, and then she would roll up her sleeves and pull out a mortar. And put it in her hand as she heats that motherfucker up.
Like cocaine? Like a cocaine spoon? I think I killed him.
You see,
I
I'm
heard
stuck on
Sister sitting at a desk like Scarface, just fucking powdered silver everywhere.
So yeah, I'm still stuck on mortar. It was more like a hand mortar.
Oh, you were
A
thinking like
Mysium
a
mortar.
bomb?
A Mysium
bomb!
mortar.
Over here built like a baked bean.
A baked bean!
Baked bean! Baked bean that! Oh god, the autism is kicking in.
Alright, hey, hurry, so
Let me drink water, I gotta push it back down.
how's your night so far? I haven't not see her.
Pretty good. I'm being suggested from beyond the game. Something about Mason. I don't know.
Something
Mason
about
exists on a different plane.
No.
Hi, Mason. He's somewhere. I would not listen.
I'm about to stab him IRL. He got no healer in real life.
Listen, I would not be surprised if Mason had his ear pressed to your door right now. Just
He
listening
just knows we're
in.
playing. Alright, well, I'm going to make that holy water tomorrow morning anyway, so it's whatever. I'll just add it to my inventory. Alright.
Alright.
Anyone have anything to do before we rest?
Nope.
No.
Sister would take a trip back to the cemetery to inform the Sphinx that we're going to try this.
Alright.
So that she can speak with
We're gonna cast necromancy in your. No, I don't.
so that both of them
Bonk.
so both of them can speak to her and get some answers because they both have a decent moral standpoint to wanting to be with Miss Riverblade.
Now, the great thing about the Sphinx is a spellcaster, so she understands how this magic works. So she's not sitting here going, wait, what the fuck are you gonna do? So it is easier to get her to agree.
Alright.
She understands what's going down.
I'm going to go ahead and change some of my spells. Gonna move that over. Gonna move that to Speak with Dead. Going to move... just in case, I will not move Life Transference.
Pyro, make sure to prepare your spells.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We'll change Guiding Bolt to
Alright, let me switch out
Sending.
hideous laughter with Hallow, of course. Well, maybe we might need Hallow.
And then last, I will...
I don't know
Prepare
what some of these
Sanctuary.
dances are in the Auto's Irresistible Dance, but they're funny.
All right. I have my spells prepped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep.
Nice.
We got no music. About to
Oh no,
change
what
that.
happened to it? Oh, it stopped.
I changed
Hey,
it.
hey, Macarena. Hey,
No, we're not playing the Macarena. We're not hitting the Macarena.
It just turns into the latter half of Hotel Transylvania 2. I'm sorry, this is not your fate.
See, that's okay. I've never seen any of those movies, so.
You will.
This music seems like we already solved the problem. Hold on, I gotta change
Yeah,
it
I
to
was about
something
to say
a little
this
less.
is not ominous enough. It's not sad enough.
Melancholic Journey.
Melancholy. There we go. Give me one of the 4 humors. There we go.
stool.
All right.
And repeat.
Can I also use some of my time to weave a little headdress for the corpse?
Sure. What are you weaving it out of? Make a little daisy chain.
What materials do I have here? Don't really want to waste my... Oh, I already had a holy water. I have 2 holy waters now. Awesome.
There we go.
I don't know. I'll just go buy a little bit of cloth and stuff like that. However much you want me to pay for that.
1 silver.
How much silver?
1. Just 1.
Perfect. I had 1 silver already.
Even better.
What
some nice
attribute
linen.
do I roll with?
For weaving, that's dexterity.
Ooh, she's not very dexterous. Okay, never mind.
It's nice. It's very nice. What does it look like? Cut me off a piece of that.
It looks... It's a dark cloth, but it's very... Like, it has gold embroiderments where it stops on the forehead. And then it has, dangling silvery bits flowing down, like, kind of like crosses that are linked together. But she wanted to intentionally make it dark so you can't see the, moving skeleton
The
bits.
moving skeleton of the face. God bless you, child. Alright. Well, Emmeline, you will meet with Emmeline and she will accompany you on your walk to the cemetery. And she'll stop where you tell her to. I'll put you back on the catacombs map.
So, we're here to see about this undertaking. I have prepared everything I need to prepare.
She will beckon to you, sister, to come forward. And she'll kind of make a cocoon around so that you can... She's basically giving you and Brielle privacy from everyone else. And this is... So she has her back turned, so she's looking out over the catacombs.
So like this? And then
Yeah.
she's facing this way?
No, she's facing this way. And she's kind of got her
Making
wings
sure nobody else
spread.
can get in.
Yep, nobody else can get in.
Gotcha.
And she's giving... She's not sure if she wants to see it either. So she is not where she can see. And she's making sure no one else can see her beloved, like, the way that she is, decomposed.
So, rather important question.
Yep.
Did she already at least crack it open for me? Because I have a strength of
If you
claw.
ask, she will, yes. If you ask, she will lift the lid enough for you to be able to do what you need to. And she'll just avert her gaze.
She will take out her second dress, just her other clothes.
Yep.
We'll cover up the body, and then we'll kind of sit it upright with the headdress now on, so that, you know, it could speak and be heard, not muffled inside of a thing. Alright. This seems a little suitable. Just keeping in mind, I only have 5 questions. So I hope you spent the evening to consider what you would want to ask of her.
I have.
There is one question that I must claim for myself.
I understand.
And I need to let you know now that if this answer is suitable, there's someone else that wants to speak with her.
Who?
I can't say this entirely true, but it might as well be her child.
The girl.
Yes.
Emmeline. Yes. It was one of her worst days when she came.
Emmeline did not know what had happened to her, and she may have blamed you.
She did. She said as much.
She did not say it out of malice. She said it out of pain. Because Miss Riverblade raised her. That is why I say almost her child. Miss Riverblade is her aunt, and raised her since she was small and crawling until she went missing on her adventure, and when she met you.
I recall the stories.
I take it she told you about Emmeline, then?
Of course. She told me about everything. Which made it all the worse when I had to tell her. Stories she used to regale me with, that she knew by heart, suddenly gone. Before my eyes. In the end, the last riddle that I asked, that she could not answer, asked her to tell me her name.
Well, if my theory's correct about this spell, then she won't have those detriments of age. This should be a copy of who she was, like a shadow,
Let us
a
hope.
print. And she will set her hand on the side of the skeleton's neck as her little amber essence will just flow through her fingers and just circulate through the corpse, wrapping around its arms and legs, entwining through it like veins, but not ripping through it, just flowing.
You see a little bit of breath inflate the lungs and hold there. As the spell takes hold. What do you ask?
How do you spell her name? I gotta make sure I don't say it wrong.
Brielle.
Okay. Brielle, Riverblade. What do you remember of Emmeline Riverblade? That was her name, right?
Yeah.
I didn't fuck up the last name.
No.
Did they have different last names?
No. My brother's child. My niece. The little bit of the breath exhales with that answer.
So she does remember. Sister will close her eyes and lean her head back as she sends ascending that she recognized Emmeline as her niece, her brother's child.
Emmeline will reply back that she's coming.
She'll then look up at the Sphinx. The spell maintains for 10 minutes. I would like you two to come to terms before, but we are on a timetable.
Of course. I will speak to her privately. And she'll kind of lift up a little bit and meet her at the entrance to the catacombs, just out of earshot. And you see the two converse for a minute. 2 minutes. It looks awkward at first. And then you see Davni kind of extend her wings downward a little bit. And Emmeline just embraces her. And they stand there for another minute. And then they both come back up. Okay. Okay. We're here. How much time do we have?
Yeah, about half the time. 5 minutes to think of 4 questions. I think it would be fair to have each of you have 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll go first. And Davni kind of nods and motions her forward. Hi, Aunt Bree. I'm glad you remember. I'm sorry that I said what I said that day. And I'm sorry I didn't understand. I wish I'd been there. But I can't change what I did, and neither can you. Just tell me this. Were you happy?
Sister will turn to the corpse and ask her, because it technically has to be the caster
That's
to
what
say
I was
it.
about to say. A little bit more of the breath. Exhales. I loved my time with you. And the days I spent with Davni were the happiest days of my life. She kind of breathes out. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. I think that answers the question of did she love her? Fairly easy.
As Sister stands there, I think it'd be cool to have the apparatus, the inside, have like a hologram clock going
Yeah.
for the 10 minutes.
Probably a good
and then
idea.
five orbs on the outer rim, and each one disappears.
Okay. What else? What else?
Where does she want to be interred?
Oh, yeah. Aunt Bree. Do you want to stay here? It's okay if you say no.
Sister, knowing that damn well that corpse is not going to answer that question properly, she'll turn to Brielle. Would you want your remnants to remain with Davni, or in the graveyard of Emmeline's town?
A little bit more of the breath. Exhales. I love my family. They are dear to me. But my home is wherever Davni is.
Do you have any questions, Davni?
Yes. And she'll turn around. Oh. Did you know? Did you know when I changed for you? Did you know?
Sister will pose that to the corpse.
The breath exhales, almost in a chuckle. Of course. I was the first person to fail a Sphinx's question and live. Of course you changed the rules. Naturally. One question left. I suppose it would always have been this in the end. I exist in the past. I am made in the present. But the future will never taint me. What am I? And as the last bit of breath escapes, you hear memories.
The clock will fade and Sister will slowly let down the body back into its tomb.
Thank you.
She'll help pull the lid back on because she ain't getting that bitch up by herself.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
It is of no problem. If you wanted, I have some powdered silver. And a prepared ceremony. You said that you never got to finish her rites.
She just kind of bows her head, weeping. Please.
Do you think my friends could come up now?
Yes. And she'll lower her wings and gesture the rest of you forward.
I believe that we have come to an agreement.
I think we have.
She'll set up behind the tomb. Before I perform the ceremony, I would like to ask something of the two of you.
Of course.
As Emmeline has lived with Brielle in her youth and her carrying time, and you had lived with Brielle in her adventurous and her scholar time, I would like you to both stay with Brielle. You can teach each other of all the memories that you each have. You had mentioned that mortals, their memories are fleeting compared to someone who lives as long as sphinxes or gods or spirits. But I think you would learn that the way mortals hold those memories, since they have such short time with them, it's special. And she'll slide her hand across the nameplate on the sarcophagus. Things aren't beautiful because they last. They're beautiful because you remember how they were. and you each hold such differently beautiful memories. I wouldn't want either of you to miss out. Is that agreeable?
I would like that very much. Yes. Yeah. That sounds good.
And maybe with your guidance, a lot more people will come here and help you maintain this place. Make it a haven of lost memories.
I think
She'll
that would
set-
be wonderful.
She'll set both of her hands on the sarcophagus as her hands will start to light up. And her eyes glowing more than usual.
More than usual.
And she'll perform the ceremony for that 1 hour. She'll shoot the rest of the party a glance. And we'll say that before we got here, she would tell them that this takes an hour if they wanted to fuck off at any point.
Is there anything that the three of you do during that hour?
I'm gonna twiddle my thumbs.
Tess?
I said it right there. Fortnite dance.
God damn it.
For an
Icarus.
hour.
Fortnite
That's
dance
impressive.
for an hour.
I have
Roll
the
me a
energy.
constitution saving throw. Give me a stamina check, bitch.
No.
Fortnite dance slowly just gets creakier and creakier.
I explode.
Icarus.
Icarus is gonna sit there contemplating, because a lot of this is hitting home to him.
Mm.
Just with his wife being sick, and that this might one day be a reality for him.
Mm. Oh no, not a solid part of the mouth. I'm over here doing a Fortnite dance. But my mouth is not.
Tomato Town.
Oh look, a strawberry. So the ceremony finishes. What is it like when you finish your ceremony, sister?
As she finishes the ceremony for the rites, light will start to shine out of all of her crevices where she holds her power sources, her hands, her chest. Her hair will come loose and start waving outwards, fanning. And she'll start to hum a sweet hymn, and this trail of light will purse out from her lips and just wrap around the body gently, like vines just entwining over it. And as it reaches the end and covers up her entire body, it'll just wrap into the remains. Just fizzling into it, like it becomes one with it. Blessings and taking her cadaver. Then her lights will die down. She'll open her eyes and her hair will just fall back.
You see Davide and Emmeline just kind of holding on to each other.
I trust that should be enough.
Yes. Thank you.
I would have had a song prepared, but that was my first ceremony.
It was beautiful.
She'll just smile. And tiring.
I imagine.
I am glad that we were able to help the two of you rather than simply pushing one or the other away.
What brought you here in the first place?
Sister will
Eyeballs.
have a sweat bead just droop down the back of her head as she's not looking at the camera. Well,
Harka just looks at
we
the camera like he's in the
learned
office.
Eyeballs.
We had learned
Eyeballs.
about your presence, and a rather enthusiastic tinkerer told me about gynosphynx eyes properties and how they might be able to help my enhancement. But I didn't really intend to rip out your eyes. I was
You
more
didn't
concerned
check any of
about
the boxes for me to be willing to do it either.
This is technically a democracy, and my bloodlust wasn't quite as high. I'm napping.
She kind of, for the first time, the Sphinx looks shocked. That, of all the things you could have said, that's not what she was expecting.
Yeah, we actually came here to rip out your eyes for goggles, but
Like, she
yeah,
probably-
we actually
even if
ended
you
up
had
solving
said-
all your trauma.
They're like, even if you had said, like, oh, there was a bounty out because you've been causing problems, she probably would have been like, yeah, I could have
The
seen that
thing is,
coming. But, like, the
asked,
eyeballs.
What brought us here? That's what brought us to that bounty.
Yep. Oh, I know. I didn't expect
she
you
got-
to be
she got the-
honest.
She got the full answer. Sister's not gonna lie. She told her. She wanted to know. She told her.
Didn't get we wouldn't give you a chance to lie. We would just make it worse.
Well,
Yeah,
uh,
especially with Harka and Tess instantly sabotaging
I-
any possibility of me trying to soften the truth a little.
well,
What? Us
I
Ken Blunt? Never.
cannot give you my eyes.
I didn't intend for you to.
Pretty much same here.
Yeah,
What?
I guess.
Is this... What exactly are you trying to augment?
She can't see in the dark.
Right.
Well, the gynosphynx eyes would help with that, and helping me with magic detect.
That too.
I like to keep an eye out for them, and magic is rather dangerous, so being able to watch out for it at a moment's notice through these would be rather helpful.
You kind of hold up the lenses?
Yeah, she the whole time that she's been saying this, she's been like holding on to him.
Librarian glasses.
I think she kind of lifts up a paw and reaches out and taps each lens with a claw. And you see a little bit of kind of almost like starlight coat the lenses for a moment and then subside. That should have done something. I don't know if it will be exactly what you were promised, but I believe it will fulfill the capabilities you requested.
Well, I thank you. I didn't really do any of this with the intent of reward. I kind of threw that out the window when I saw what was going on.
You've done so much for both of us. This is the least that I can do. Is there anything the rest of you would ask of me?
I'm good.
Icarus will ask if you know of any way to break powerful curses. I would be in debt, but other than that, I'm good.
Powerful curses. Greater curses are difficult. If you can discover the source, it becomes easier. It is... How can I explain? It is easier to untangle a knot if you pull on a single thread. If you find the thread that holds everything together, then the knot can come untied. In curses, this is the source.
Thank you.
You're welcome. She will look to Tess and Harka.
Parker's eating a ration.
I mean, I've done next to nothing since I got here. Well, I won't say no to money, though.
I
don't think the Sphinx has money.
do not. I saw it coming. I saw it coming.
Parker's gonna, she's a hunter, likes to collect shit. Got any loose feathers hanging around?
Got any feathers?
Yes. She'll kind of reach a claw up and pluck 2 feathers from her wings and hold them out to you.
Feathers. Wait. Right in the back.
So mark down that you have 2 gynosphynx feathers. Am I not a good cook anymore, Harka? Deeply insulted.
You've been performing a ceremony for the past hour. I got peckish. Wasn't gonna stop you to ask you to make something to eat.
But your metabolism's so slow.
You had a whole ceremony and there were no snacks.
Damn.
No snacks.
I forgot to set up the table with all the Oreos and.
There are no snacks at the wake.
Butt of Christ.
Good lord.
Well, I have one last thing to ask.
Yes.
I'd like you to work together to... She'll look around the cemetery. Brighten the place up a little. This is a place where people bring their loved ones, people they cherished. It would be nice to have it reflect that.
Lord night,
And
battle
it would
cry.
encourage more people to visit. And
Dominic
you can
kinda-
learn
Smiles.
can learn a lot from people.
I think this can be done.
Not shit up my ass.
Sister will hold out the basket
What's in the
towards
basket?
Tess. No, the
Huh.
basket towards
Oh, that
Tess.
basket. The regular
I crawl
basket.
into the basket.
Hook it onto the divine apparatus. Well, I'm happy for the both of you, and that my theory was correct. Because if it wasn't correct, I would have been thoroughly out of ideas.
I would have not known what to do.
I would have.
It would have been murder.
I didn't want that.
There's not enough evil in the world.
No, it's wrong. Evil gnome.
What was that?
Fast gnome in the west, baby.
Well, first things first, we have an adventurers guild to tell of a unhostile gynosphynx.
Yeah, Tess. You see, this is where we get the gold from.
And just because you've been extra behaved, you can have mine.
A treat? A treat?
I don't want your money. I want my money.
Well, it becomes your money.
No. A dragon does not take gold from their peons.
And I'll curl up like a cat in the basket.
You know, I've been starting to wonder how far I can throw her.
We figured that out.
I just imagine
No.
all three of us, I say, because technically Tess is riding in the basket, so she's not walking. All three of us are walking away as we're saying all this. And Tess is like, a dragon does not take from her peons. And all of us just kind of like look up at each other and just dot. That's quite literally where they get their fucking hordes.
The whole point of dragons. The
The whole point of dragon hordes is because they have fucking...
A dragon is whatever Tess wants it to be.
No. You can give tribute, but I don't want to do that. That's different.
How's it different?
I said so.
I don't know. I just know it is.
A dragon
Sorry,
also
peon.
will change the rules as they please.
Yup.
So she's a green one. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck you, call me, bitch. I am a white dragon.
There it is.
Oh, correct.
All right, so we get back to town. We're gonna head to the Adventurers Guild
Yep.
to get paid.
The guy at the Adventurers Guild will. Oh.
Hey,
you're
how's
back.
it going? Yeah, peaceful negotiations with said gynosphynx.
That's funny. Where's her head?
Do I look like a person with a sense of humor?
Stare into his eyes. You'll only see caffeine and hatred.
With a sphinx?
Yeah,
They're
they're
kinda smart.
sentient creatures, dipshit. They
Where my
generally
money?
have reasons for what they do. This one was mourning the loss of her loved one and the theft of her body, accidental theft,
Holy shit.
by Emmeline? I think that was her name.
You got it.
And now they're talking with each other. They've worked things out. They're going to stay and take care of the cemetery and guard your cemetery for you.
Yeah, her
Because,
and
you
Melon
know-
and Kipter. Sorry, fuck.
Because, used our brains, asked
Holy
questions of the creature that could talk.
Well, I'll be damned. Here you go. Slides over a bag of gold and takes down the bounty sheet and kind of makes like a stamp on it and files it away.
How much?
Do you open
How
the
much
bag?
gold did we just... Yeah,
600.
Harko will... Oh, 600?
600.
And there...
Split it
Thanks.
up. 1, 2,
Thank
3,
you.
4.
Cause holy shit. Hey! Jerry! What?
Cheery.
These bitches just killed a guy and they didn't even kill her. They just talked to her and she's nice, I guess.
600.
No, that's not a thing.
Divided by
Gynosphynxes
4.
don't do that. Apparently they do!
What? Alright. Well, Liv's vamping 150 gold per person.
Sister will she will kneel next to Tess and hold up the gold bat all dramatically with
I'm
a
in your
Ta-da!
basket.
yeah, she turned the apparatus around
Oh!
so that you're on a pedestal now.
I didn't know you. Yes! She preens as she is now on a pedestal.
You're like,
Sis-
oh great
Seriously.
dragon, please take this tribute as a humble offering of your
Seriously, sis.
shininess. And she looks like she's got a stupid ass grin on her face.
Well, if this is your offering, I mean, I could accept this. If a cat could look smug square, this is Tess.
I don't think you've ever seen a cat. Cats always look smug.
I said smug squared.
Oh, fair enough.
If they could actually, if they had the facial muscles that dogs evolved with to smile, look it up. Dogs evolve facial muscles done to smile.
That's so cute.
That yes. And gave them little cat eyebrows, and she'd be like, yes. As she just gently nudges her bag of holding towards you.
Put it in the bank.
You drop your 150 gold in there. Be careful then now. Once it's in the bag, it's somewhere else.
Bag it.
Alright.
As sister chuckles as you are absolutely waffling about the gold that she had handed you, and she'll look to Harka, smile.
You're going to spoil her.
It's okay sometimes.
She's currently having her own rendition of "I Can't Wait to Be King" in the background. As you two having a serious conversation.
That's gonna be a problem in the future.
Future, I'm going for tomorrow. I just can't wait to be king.
Sister has this sort of loving... I'm trying to think of the words for it. I guess motherly would kind of be the way to go. As she's watching Tess do her whole shabil.
Her whole shabil.
The only way to defy any teachings he has on the face side is to crank up the dragon side. There are two creatures in you. One's a fake creature. The other one's a dragon. They're both equally autistic.
She'll just say to Harka and Icarus as we're standing there, all witnessing Tess's musical number.
Oh,
Sometimes maybe problems are worth seeing the happier side.
Must fight fire.
well, I fully agree.
Yeah.
I'm glad we worked out that way instead of the other way.
I mean, if we can solve problems without murder, I guess it's fine as long as we get paid. I mean, what's important is money.
There it is.
She lays on her back.
Tess is really just Mr. Krabs.
As we're leaving, though, Sister's going to turn towards the guild guy.
Yep.
Actually, before she turns, she's just going to stop. You know, it's never funny when something dies. And the room will get quite tense as she just turns and has this closed eye smile.
No,
You
it's
should
not.
probably rethink how you take these quests of yours.
It's also never funny when something terrible happens to a city when it could have been prevented. Listen, we don't much care how problems get solved, we just care that they get solved. You solved it without violence, that's great. Not everything can work that way.
I know that all too well. And she will just give him a short glare,
He just kind of
And-
shrugs.
turn away.
It's the New Yorker shrug.
Forget about.
Eh.
That's not there.
For the next 10 minutes, Sister will be moody.
The timer ticks down.
The clock starts on the apparatus.
The clock starts again.
Wait, I'm still in here. Ah!
I got caught in the machinery.
Well,
I,
it's just... The apparatus is just that little archway. You hang on a basket that hangs from the top of that.
I'm
But-
also using you as a jungle gym.
The clock is just light. It is like a hologram that comes in that little circle.
So it's like a laser pointer.
Oh no. If you give a
Yeah.
cat a laser.
Give it to me. Anyway,
Where are we going now?
Well, we were stopping here to see what we could do with our resources. I think we took care of that. So,
Now we're heading to the armor village.
Yep.
'Cause for
Just
some
moving
unknown
along.
reason, this one's weapon village and that one's armor village.
Alright. I'll go ahead and put you on
Fucking weird.
the continent map.
I mean,
have to-
places have their specialties. I mean, wasn't that one we were at good with jewelry? One that I allegedly robbed at one time.
you see, they have to keep all the Disciple of the Hand classes separate so that it doesn't encourage someone to level them all
Why
at
they gotta
once.
be hands?
Yeah.
They gotta be talons.
Oh. Okay.
You gotta have Summon Old Oz, Summon Gridania.
And then it just gets expensive, all the teleporting around, and all the resources.
And then the warrior blight comes through, does everything, and then crashes the economy.
The full ham.
And that's where we will pick up next week.
No, this
Yes,
can't
we
be. Get us through the travel first, damn it.
Through the travel.
Nope. Sorry, you already
Please.
said. I already closed the score. I already closed it. Nope. Sorry.
Wow.
Nope.
Wait, I see it's still open right there, you bitch.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
You
Let's
Oh.
fucker.
Because he's in Final Fantasy, guys.
I'm checking my friends list. If you're online, I'm killing you.
go.
Why are
I've been
you
doing
online?
No. Huh?
Nope.
Because I leave my shit on 24/7.
No. No. I need something to do, and I was just doing my hand on heart. I was doing my hunt log. That's it. I could not run a dungeon and activate it, and I was listening. So
No, I just thought it was funny that Shane was like, I'm checking to see if you're online, and if you are, I'm going to kill you. And it's like, my brother in
No,
Christ, why are you
they-
already online?
they both typically leave their Steam open, which is why I actually messaged Norman, because he's usually the one who call me out. I'm just doing hunting logs. Don't shoot me. And I already have express permission from Liv to do this kind of shit. So yeah.
Well, there we are. That is where we will pick up next week.
Oh hey, bye recording.